We're entering the fort now. It used to be 2 buildings, and it was reduced down to 1 a while back. I'll have to read the literature again because I don't want to quote anything wrong, but it was reduced down to 1. They, you know, fought for this land for during the war, for the property of it, you know, was surrounded by waters, and you know, getting stuff in and out. It's
a very important stronghold for the Confederate Army against the Lincoln's forces, and then it was also used again in the Spanish-American War.
It looks like those could have been places where maybe they held prisoners. I have no idea. They don't literally say a plaque right here. Maybe up here a little bit more. Could have been other things too, but sadly, I would probably say that. I mean, it could have been further, you know. They're cannonballs. That's where it is right there. Yeah, you're true. Could have been barracks. Let's get a little.
It's like a courtyard.
Yeah.
The center of it. To the right there must have been the main office. All around the outside is the cannons, as we'll see over here in the lighter bricks.
So we're just gonna walk around the bottom. That one goes back pretty far, and then we'll go up top after we walk around on the first layer.
Five of these around the fort. We'll stop by to each of them. Entry fee, I believe, for 2 people was $7, $4.50 if it's just one of you, and cheaper on down the line. We'll try to put a picture of the fees. We've been here 3 or 4 times. It never took a walk all the way back into this fort before, so we figured, well, we did it, we'd share it with you.
It's a self-guided tour. I wonder if maybe they had, you know, tours for people to, you know, take you around before COVID, but now they have little pamphlets, and that may not be possible, but I'm sure it is, because they do it everywhere.
A lot of state parks, states in general, are moving to just a code to scan for a lot of the literature that used to be available on paper, just for the simple fact to cut down on paper usage. Reduced down to 1 level, or 1 floor, they said, during the defense of it in the Civil War, and then built back up. Can't help but think they were cooking back here. This may have been the kitchen part.
Looks like it.
Not sure, but I'm equating that to cooking. I see the iron there that would have drawn out the smoke. Could just be that. Could just be another cannon port.
I think they cooked here.
Might have just been a place to stick a cannon, though.
Yeah, very true, very true. But doesn't that look like a stove? I already went down there.
So from the looks of this, you can see across the marsh there into the open ocean. So it would be a long shot that you could fire from here.
So this gets pretty wet back here. And it's really dark, so you probably really may not be able to see that well. And like, I don't know, just kind of in here I get like a little bit of a not so comfortable, eerie feeling. So, looks like he was right and that they did do this. Wow, it's crazy. And there you go. This explains it all. Because I would assume that these things probably make messes. And look, they have it held down here some way. Like, there's a method to everything. Can't really see much over there because the field that's over there is a little bit overgrown. But it just keeps going down further there, and I won't venture that far without my husband right now, because so at this Fort Zachary self-guided tour, it's in response to the War of 1812. The United States of America began building the third-tier system of forts to protect its valuable coastline. And in 1845, construction began on a fort to protect Key West Harbor, the Straits of the Florida, and the Gulf of Mexico. The fort was named after President Zachary Taylor and was used in the American Civil War, the Spanish War, World War I, World War II, and the Cuban Missile Crisis. Fort Zachary is the longest serving U.S. coastal fortification, serving from 1861 to 1947. And we found maybe not necessarily the kitchen, but the dining hall. Don't know if they cooked back there too, or maybe over to the sides. There's many different spots in this fort where they could have cooked. And this would be like foods that they most commonly had available. Wow. I mean, those are some old canned goods. Let me get a little look at this sign right here. It'd be life in the barracks. Kind of glare off of it, so I don't think we can really see it that well, but maybe we'll try and see. That would be Zachary Taylor, who they named the fort after.
Granite foundation rumbles of the 21 years of construction, of the battering waves from hurricanes, and the weight of the slate and the... Welcome to Fort Taylor, America's southernmost Civil War fortification. But Fort Taylor is much more than just a fort. It's a journey through time. Each part of the fort tells a different story. The new batteries brag of advancements in technology. They hold in their bellies the largest cache of Civil War armament in the world. The guns that once protected the fort are now being protected by it. These excavated kins, still serving today, remind us of the ingenuity and the dedication of our predecessors, and the commitment involved in protecting our freedoms. The granite foundation crumbles of the 21 years of construction, of the battering waves from hurricanes, and the weight of the slate and the 7 million bricks. See, Fort Taylor is much more than just a fort. It's a national landmark. It is the longest-serving U.S. coastal fortification. Although the fort no longer stands as tall as she once did, she sees further now than ever before, inspiring the next generation of visitors to dig deeper into the stories being told today.
This is basically the building right next to the Grand Hall area where we did the video at. And this would be ammunition boxes. And maybe where they worked on the gears for what are those gears for? Is that for a cannon? Those are, yeah, because that would be where the cannons are loaded. This is all new to me. You're seeing the cannon room in there. I would assume, you know, that they had lots of wear and tear on their cannons and they had to repair them. It was just something they did. They built them here too, as you know, they used them because apparently they used them a lot. There was, what did we read? There was 3 or 4 wars that were here. Mm-hmm. I believe there was 4. Anyways, I love that New York blue slate. And the clay. This would be the top of the fort. Well, not the very top. There's bigger spots up here. Taller spots. We going down there or up here? Fort's here for. We're heading up the historic ruins of Fort Zachary. It says be careful. Something is uneven. Structure. I like this side better than the other side. I'm sure nobody had no choice what side they had to be on, but for some reason probably because it faces the ocean. The ocean is actually on all sides. It's just ship right there. It's either right here in this corner over here, or it might be behind us over there. But for some reason, I'm thinking it's over there because there's a flag and the ship's right there. But yeah, the naval base is close by. And this is the top of the fort. It might be hard for you to hear me because it is windy. But I'm just gonna get a little aerial view, look down over the courtyard real quick. Oh, they could have been making cannonballs here. I don't know. They were definitely reconstructing the cannons themselves, and you know, making them here, as we seen that room. But it's beautiful, sad, but it's history. We're still at the Fort Zachary Historical State Park. We left the fort, and in just a second you'll be able to see the fort. We're out on one of the sides of the ocean from the fort. Look at a beautiful sailboat.
Got a plane coming in.
Yeah. And there's the fort. Looks different from back here. It's kind of well camouflaged in between all of those trees and these trees. Ooh, so this is where this is fishing, huh? Yep, so we're gonna come over here and try some. We're at the west side of the fort now, the west beach side. It's the swimming side. The side we were at earlier was the fishing side. And there's just a little sign over here. It shows, is it different on each side, Adam? I didn't see that. I think it
Looks to be.
Is it? Okay. So those are it's what's in the ocean here.
That's what we'll be looking for later when we're snorkeling.
I couldn't really see when I'm filming it. I think I see some of the same stuff, but maybe not. Not for sure.
Hopefully we run into a lionfish.
Oh.
You don't want to grab those, by the way. You don't just want to reach in there and grab one of those.
I'm being a little brave here. I'm on the north beach of the Fort Zachary historical site. And hopefully his mama ain't in here. But do you see that little baby? There it goes. It scared him. Oh no, and I hear other stuff over there. Could just be the rain coming down, but whew. Get being scary. Get scared. Nice sunset. Gonna be. We ain't yet. Still got about an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. It's just like the forest of the ocean, all washing up. And Abby and I go to this place called Lori's Soaps, and we love Lori's Soaps. Abby, look. See this? That's spongy. That's a Lori's soap. And I'm gonna show you more. Well, some of it's cool. This is like some more forest stuff. There's a little one right next to it too. And big pieces.